one, go.
All right, Dr. Bartlett, here, there, and everywhere. I look a little strange because, well, I am a little strange. In fact, I'm a lot strange. You might even call me Dr. Strange. I work in the realms of magic. And there's a lot of magic going on right now, but it's either black magic or stage magic. And get this. Ooh. That's a Masonic Illuminati thing for to know, to dare, and to be silent. Now, there's some good things about that at certain times to certainly be silent. And in fact, the great masters say that silence is really the only communication with the consciousness of God, because everything else is just noise. Well, there's a lot of noise going on right now. And some of you may notice, some of you may not, some of you may be in fear. Fear is the passion play. One of the great masters that I've studied says that every emotion, human emotion, and that's all we're talking about here, that's all people recognize, is based upon fear. Love is based on fear. Fear is fear of death, fear of having things taken away, fear of not getting what you want, fear of if you do get what you want, it won't be what you really want, so on and so forth. So everything is fear-based, and the only thing it's not is silence. Now, the mask is an Illuminati play to silence you. Now, if you can't figure this out, because the virus really can get through these little holes in the mask, it's like you might as well wear a chain link fence over your face, because it's not going to do any good. But what it does do is it stops you from thinking. It keeps you actually lose oxygen to the brain, which scrambles critical thinking quite a bit. It can cause serious health problems for people. It is causing health problems for people. And by the way, there's HIPAA, HIPAA guidelines, federal guidelines that say if you have a medical condition, maybe constricting your freedoms and your rights under the Constitution, but if you have a medical condition, you can't be made to wear the mask, and they can't ask you what your medical condition is. A little bit of information for you. Now, Facebook is saying that's false. It's actually true that if you show them a card, that card doesn't convey on your rights. No, the federal guidelines convey the rights. The card merely informs you of your rights. So they're playing a little game saying the information is false, but actually that little tiny bit of it is true. And that's the way you've got to look at things. What's the truth in a situation? Well, in the relative realms of good, bad, this, that, black, white, red, blue, blah, blah, Democrat, Republican, reptilian, human, whatever, it's all polarities. And so it's all noise. So the important thing, if it is all noise, is to tune out the frequencies that have more static in them. And you start to fine tune so that maybe your stereo locks into a station that might tell you the truth every once in a while. How do you know it's the truth? It resonates in your heart, not in your mind. Your mind is a mechanism. It's a creation. It's a mass mind creation. And it's also your mind is not yours at all because you've been programmed since birth. And that programming is something you can't take apart. But the spiritual journey itself, the real spiritual journey, not ascension guidelines or I don't know what, is deconstruction of the identity. When you deconstruct the identity to the point where you realize that you really don't know anything except for I am, i.e. I exist, that comes from Descartes, I think, therefore I am, but it's actually not that, because when you stop thinking, you're still there. Something's still there perceiving. Now, the thing is, anything that can be perceived is still not it, and there is no it. So I'll leave you with that. Thank you. I'll see you next week, coming to you from my phone because there's no Wi-Fi service in Seattle right now. Have a great week.